Hey, Bill, can you hear me okay?
Yep. Hear you.
Let me click on my little list here. Well, I was going to ask about this mysterious city update, but I guess that's been rescheduled. I do want to encourage the mayor and the council to give as much information to the public as possible when they have agenda items. It's actually, this is an issue that's actually been raised even by council members, unhappy that they haven't gotten information about items that are going to come up. The first issue I wanted to talk about is I have heard that another Urbana candidate has been removed or is going to be removed from the ballot. Mr. Adam Rush, he's running as a Libertarian in Ward 1. I've reviewed what documents I have, and I've also sent a FOIA request to the city clerk to get more. It looks to me like Phyllis Clark just sent a letter to the candidate saying, you're not eligible to be a candidate, and it sounds like she's just going to remove him from the ballot, or the county clerk is going to do that. I sure would like an explanation from the city on exactly what authority is being invoked here. There was no objection made to that candidacy, and I don't see a problem with the petition that was filed. So I sure would like an explanation from our clerk on what she intends to do, and how and why she intends to remove a candidate from the ballot without there ever having been an objection. It sure doesn't seem right to me. And this isn't the first attempt this election cycle by seasoned politicians to play games and try to boot people off the ballot. So I don't like to see any of that. I'd also like to, I haven't had time to fully read over the use of force policy that the NAACP and ACLU put together. I do want to remind the council that those two groups aren't a full representation of the public. There are other people in Urbana who have input. And by the way, besides having Chief Seraphin present, we actually never hear from our own police officers. As far as I've never heard from them, their input. Are we ever going to hear from them on what they would like to see Urbana do in terms of policing? It feels a little not enough to just have, one proxy kind of tell us. But when you guys passed the 10 shared principles, I think I spoke then and I told you it just looked like political posturing to me. And it was, because you immediately started violating it, right? I mean, the shared principles mentioned transparency twice, and then the city engaged in all manner of illegal activity when it comes to public records requests. And you still haven't really talked about that. So I'm wondering if you're going to pass this structural racism resolution, is the same thing going to happen? Is it going to be the case where you pass the resolution and then the city just does the opposite of what the resolution says? Are we going to have more racism somehow? I'm going to say less politely what Daniel Chenoweth said and say that this is posturing. It has nothing in it that indicates that the city is going to take any action or do anything. And as a reminder, it was just a few weeks ago that the city administrator tried to push to get the council to make it so that the city was completely exempt from our own human rights laws. This resolution is not consistent with that effort. 10 months ago, our police beat a Black woman in the street, and our police department said it was all good and okay. And the presentations and everything at the council side was in the direction of saying it's all good and okay. The only person who took a few steps in the direction of saying it wasn't okay was really Jared Miller. So this resolution is not consistent with what our city has been doing and is doing. So I just don't understand the point of it. Why don't we actually talk about something that means something instead of just posturing?